Hey, today I'm going to show you how to use GitHub. It's going to be a very short tutorial, so let's get started. So first of all, you can use GitHub or Bitbucket, whatever you like. I'm going to go ahead and create a new repository, test 24. You can add a description, or you can make it private, public, depending on your needs. Add a readme file. I would typically create gitignore later. So gitignore is a file that you create in a directory which ignores all the files that you suggest in the gitignore file. I'm gonna use this MIT license, create the repository. The repository is created. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy the URL from here, or you can also, I think, copy it from here. So I will quickly go to my terminal, clear things up, zoom it a little bit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is so right now the repository is on GitHub, so I'm gonna clone the repository to my PC. Should be somewhere. It's hard to find so many files, but I know the repository's name, so I'm gonna just go into that. And so let's see what it contains. It contains a license, and it contains a readme file which we can take a look at. So it just contains we'll exit out of that. So yeah, now we have the repository right here local, so we can make changes to the project now. So for example, let me add something. Let me add a file here, which I'll call test.py. Okay, can write a code for checking if a number is Fibonacci. Wait, if a number is prime. Prime. Ding ding ding. Code is there. I'm quickly gonna accept it. We don't need any libraries. Save it. Go back to here. Oops. We can see our test.py. Right now, this change would not be visible in your here. So you see license and readme. So what I'm gonna do is you need to push these changes to the cloud. So to push any changes, you can use get add and then the name of the file, or if you want to add everything that you change, you can just use get add dot. I suggest doing it file by file, but let's just do this here. So get add dot. Now it tells get to add everything. And then we need to create a commit message, so which will be added a new code for prime. So okay, this is added a new prime, created a file. Even though we have done the add, we have done the commit, the changes are still here on the local machine, so we have only staged the changes. We need to push the changes now. So you see the master here represents the name of the current branch, which is master. It could be main or master by default, whatever the name is. I'll just push the changes. Okay, now it says writing object. So what I'm gonna do, refresh, and we can see the change. The new file is here. It says added a new code from prime, which was our commit code. And then here you see the branch. There's only one branch, which is master, and that's the default. Now what exactly is a branch and what's a commit is, I have this kind of demo. So this arrow represents the time. This is the current state the project is in, but maybe you'll make a change and this will progress. So the progress from left to right is the time. So with time your project is gonna change. Ideally I should make different colors, but I think that should be enough for now. So you are changing, so each one is a commit, so you are committing different changes and your progress is happening. So what if you wanna do a completely different progress line? So what I'm gonna do is um, assume that you have this, you are trying to create entirely new branch. Maybe some other person in your organization is working on some other feature and they want to just work on a separate branch. So you basically cloned the entire code that we had in the main timeline, and then we have this new timeline or new branch. So now every changes you'll make, you can have the changes in this branch, you can have the changes in this branch, and then there's you can finally merge those branches together, and there's gonna be some tricks to that. But yeah, this is kind of the idea of using GitHub. So I'm quickly gonna show you how to. Okay, and now if someone changes the project online, what you can do is you can just do git pull, and if there are no conflicts, it should work. In my case, it says already up to date. So what it does is that it checks the online repository or the one on the cloud with the local version, and if everything is there, just shows everything up to date. If not, it will update your local repository. So also sometimes you don't want to upload your local data to GitHub. So what you can do is can create a file which is .gitignore. Basically it tells Git what all to ignore when you do a push, or for example if you do a git add dot. For example, I can just say star.txt, do not upload any text files. And now if you look, it won't appear here, but that's because it's a hidden file. It starts with a dot. However, when you do make changes to the push changes, you'll see there's a file called gitignore. Okay, what else? So okay, if you want to create a new branch, you will do git branch, and then you can name it. I'll just give it my name. Ooh. Okay, and now we are still in the master branch. How do we change? Git checkout. Oh gosh. Okay, now if you see, it shows my name, which is the second branch that we have now. Again, all the code is gonna be same for this moment because we just did the we just did the branching. So everything is just a clone of the main master branch. But we can now change our code in this test.py. Let's say I'm just gonna change it to 19. That's the only change I'm making. It's a very tiny change. Git add dot, git commit, changed the number. Okay, we have this change, and now we're gonna git push. Oh gosh. Okay, we did push the changes, but let's see what's going on locally. So we'll switch back to the main branch or the master branch, and you see if you look at the test file now, it still says 17. But if I do git checkout, my name, now you say it's 19. So everything updates automatically. You don't have to worry about keeping track of the files. As soon as you switch the branches, all the files will change. Okay, what it looks like here. Now if I refresh it, it shows the branch name and says that there were some pushes made to that branch. I can compare the two branches and create a pull request. I'm not gonna go into that, but if you look here, now we have the master, which is the default. We have the Akash, which is the second branch that we created. Oh, also it contains the git ignore, which the main branch does not contain. So yeah, this is pretty much the basics of it. So for example, if this is the main branch of your project, you made some changes here, you created a push, and then what you can do is you can create a pull request. So I'm gonna just use the UI for now. So I'm gonna create a pull request or open a pull request. Here you can see the changes that's being made. So that get ignore file, we added a txt, we changed this number, and maybe there were some changes in the spaces which I did not notice that we did. Okay, create a pull request. Now because there's no conflict, we can just quickly merge it, but if there are conflicts, you might have to deal with those manually. So yeah, this was pretty much a quick intro on how to get started with GitHub. The main benefit is that you don't have to track the different versions, you don't have to track all of your files. It's just one commit or it's just one change of branch that can give you the files that you need. Yeah,